Hi everyone. So the league stage is over for the World Cup 2023 and we have got the four semi-finalists. India versus New Zealand, Australia versus South Africa, two absolutely mouth-watering contest. The first one to be held at Mumbai and the second one at Kolkata. So now we have gone through the league stages and we just have a quick review of the how the league stages went for all the teams. So we start with England first. England had a very disappointing World Cup. The reigning champions. They just couldn't get going at all. The team didn't gel at all. The batting failed. I mean, the Bairstow and Butler, two of the biggest players in their team in batting who can take the bowling on. They failed, both of them. Joe Root didn't have a good World Cup also. Ben Stokes got injured, had some fitness issues. He couldn't start well. And then at the end, of course, Ben Stokes played some good knocks. David Malan is one of the few players who looked a bit consistent, but overall England batting just couldn't get on, and the bowling also couldn't adjust very quickly to the Indian conditions. Only in the last few matches the bowlers bowled well. A few good wins towards the end, but England had a very bad World Cup to forget. They lost to Afghanistan, they lost to Sri Lanka. Those were huge setbacks. So England, very poor World Cup, a lot of retirements I feel coming from that team, and they need to now build afresh. Next is Bangladesh. Bangladesh hasn't had a very forgettable World Cup. That timeout fiasco in the Sri Lanka match didn't really grow their stature at all, and they had a very sketchy World Cup. Batting didn't fire at all. Few good innings from Shanto here and there. Shakib and Miraj failed. A lot was expected of them. The bowling was very inconsistent. Overall, a very inconsistent performance by Bangladesh. One win against Afghanistan, another win. They lost to Netherlands, a match which they expected to win. They beat Sri Lanka. So it is a very poor performance by Bangladesh, and they just about managed to get into the Champions Trophy qualification. Then comes Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka has had a lot of injury issues. They had a very poor World Cup, a World Cup to forget. Their batting has been good in few matches. There have been a horror show in some matches, especially that India 55 all out. But still, they have got a few good players who can be good future stars, like Nishanka, Samar Vikrama in batting, and of course Dilshan Madhusanka in bowling. Yeah, they have got a jewel in Dilshan Madhusanka, who had taken 21 wickets in this World Cup, and I think he supposed to be a very good bowler for them. Left arm quick, swings the ball. Very good bowling by Madhusanka. One of the few bright sparks in the Sri Lankan team. Then comes Afghanistan. They have absolutely taken the World Cup by surprise, and they have exceeded expectations. Afghanistan. Their bowling was always good, the spinners and all, but their fast bowling has also grown during this World Cup with Fazl Al Farooqi and the other guys, Naveen ul Haq, beautiful bowling, swing bowling against Australia, and then their batting has been a big surprise. Their batsmen did very well. Hashmatullah Shahidi, Rahmat Shah, Rahmatullah Gurbaz, Ibrahim Zadran. They scored a lot of runs. They chased down scores. Against Pakistan, they chased 282. So I think Afghanistan, they have really grown a lot of areas of their cricket, like chasing down scores, the pace attack, along with their spin attack. So overall, has been a great tournament for Afghanistan. If they had beaten Australia in that match in which Maxwell played that iconic knock, if they had beaten Australia in that match, and if they had won that first match against Bangladesh, they had beaten South Africa, one of those three days that had gone their way, they would have gone into the semi-finals. I mean, the way they played, I mean, they really deserved a semi-final spot this time. But then this very good World Cup for them, this will really spark their cricket and should take their cricket to greater heights. They should really build from here, Afghanistan. It has been a great World Cup for them. Then comes one of the semi-finalists, New Zealand. New Zealand has had a great start in the World Cup, beating England, chasing down 282 in 35 overs. They showed that they can chase big totals. Against Australia, they almost chased down 380, then lost by 5 runs. New Zealand showed that they have got good batting depth. They can chase down totals well, and they have got a very good bowling attack. which can trouble the best of teams. I think in Rachin Ravindra they have found a really fine talent who is one of the highest scorers in this World Cup already. And there is Michel Santner in bowling, who really bowled very well, squeezing the run rate and really taking wickets as well. They took power play wickets also. New Zealand started very well, and then they had a bit of a slip towards the middle phase of the tournament, and then again they picked up their momentum and won that match against Sri Lanka to qualify for the semi-finals. So New Zealand, they are going to be a dangerous team for the semi-finals. Apart from Rachin Ravindra, Daryl Mitchell has played very well for New Zealand. Another player who really can do wonders. So New Zealand, dangerous team for the semi-finals. India better beware. Then comes Australia. Australia really had to struggle basically. Australia, they started very badly. Then they picked up slowly they picked up their momentum and won 7 matches on the bounce. There are still a lot of things to work on in the Australian team. Their bowling attack hasn't quite lived up to the expectations. Their 3 big quicks, they haven't got wickets in the power play. Their batting, middle order batting, has struggled at times. It's David Warner, Mitchell Marsh, and then that one Glenn Maxwell, who have really fired well for Australia. And Adam Zampa in bowling has done very well so far. Australia has reached the semi-finals, and they will be playing South Africa. Many fans expect Australia to beat South Africa and go into the finals, but I am telling you it will not be very easy, because Australian bowling really needs to do well for that, and their middle order batting needs to come up has to do well. So otherwise it will not be very easy to beat South Africa, who are doing well. Now I go to South Africa, the number 2 team in this league phase. They ended as the number 2 team. They are a very good team chasing first. When they are setting totals, basically they are a very good team when they are setting totals, but they had struggled when they are chasing totals. So the matches which they won, they're chasing totals. Against Pakistan, they won by just 1 wicket. Against Afghanistan, they struggled initially and then won by 5 wickets. But then they lost to Netherlands, and against India, they conceded a lot of runs, T26, and they absolutely could not withstand the Indian bowling. They lost that match by a huge margin. So apart from that, South Africa, they started the tournament very well. Quinton de Kock has scored 400s. He's one of the highest scorers in this run getters in this World Cup, and the bowling attack of South Africa has done very well, especially on the lights. Gerald Coetzee has taken middle order wickets. Keshav Maharaj has bowled very tight in the middle overs, and then there was Rabada has done his own thing, and Marco Jansen has been quite a revelation. His batting, his bowling, his all-round ability has come to the fore. And in batting, of course, they have got Quinton de Kock, and Adrian Markram has batted very well at times, and Henry Claassen in a couple of matches, he really took the bowling on. So overall, South Africa is looking a very strong team, and their semi-final Australia will be an absolute thriller, I believe. Now I come to Pakistan. Pakistan has struggled in this World Cup. They were a lot of experts expected Pakistan to reach the semi-finals, but I did not. In fact, in one of my previews almost a month ago, I told that Pakistan is not going to be a team which is going to reach the semi-finals. Why? Because their batting, they don't have that firepower to really take the attack to the opposition in their batting. Very few players who can play the attacking innings, and in bowling they have got decent pace attack, but then they just couldn't adjust to the Indian conditions, especially Harish Rao. They gave a lot of runs. Shaheen Shah took a lot of wickets, 16 wickets, but then it has been a struggle for him as well. And the spin attack, they have a non-existent spin attack. The spinners had been very, very mediocre, and that really affected Pakistan a lot. And so therefore they didn't have the ammunition to even reach the semi-finals. One good win against New Zealand, another good win there was against Bangladesh. Apart from that, and against Sri Lanka, they chased down a big score. But apart from that, Pakistan has been quite disappointing. They had their chances against South Africa when South Africa was chasing, but they could not finish off the game and lost by 1 wicket. So Pakistan has been a very disappointment. It's a big disappointment. Babar Azam really needs to get a lot more positive attributes into his captaincy for Pakistan to succeed in future. Then I finally come to India. Before that, Netherlands. Netherlands has been a team which has learnt a lot from this World Cup. They had one big upset win over South Africa, which was a very good result for them, and another very good result against Bangladesh. They beat Bangladesh at Eden Gardens, but apart from that, they lost all their other matches. They're an associate nation. They tried their best. They played well at various times, and I think this experience will do them a lot of good. In Basdale lead, they have a good all-rounder. Foldman McKinnon has been very impressive as a fast bowler. Scott Edwards played a couple of good innings. So overall, Netherlands have done pretty well. Uh, they were not expected to do anything much. They had one upset which they did against South Africa, and overall they really played well, and they can build from here, definitely Netherlands. And then I now come to India. I think the India is the best team in this World Cup by several notches from the other teams. Why? Because of their bowling attack. Wonderful bowling attack. Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Shami, Mohammad Siraj has been a hostile bowling attack, and under lights they have been absolutely unplayable. And the spin attack has been also very tight with Jadeja and Kuldeep Yadav has been in fantastic form. The bowling attack has been absolutely glorious for India, but the batting lineup has been also good because of Rohit Sharma's aggressive intent at the top. His blistering starts has helped the middle order like Virat Kohli and Shreyas Iyer to take a lot of time and steady the innings and set the platform for a launch in the last 10 overs. So that has been the way India has been playing their cricket. Aggressive start at the top, settling down middle order, play with the singles and doubles, and then real launch in the end overs. So India, so far, India's one weakness is there, and that is they don't have a big batting depth. But so far, courtesy Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, that did not that has not yet been exposed in this World Cup. So overall, this is the big stage review. I think the best four teams have gone into the semi-finals. I expected South Africa and India, of course, to reach the semis. Australia, I had a bit of doubts, but New Zealand, I expected also to reach the semis. I expected England to reach the semis, but then they have absolutely failed. That's one area where I went wrong in my pre-World Cup predictions. Otherwise, so far, wonderful World Cup, a lot of close matches. Australia, Afghanistan has been one of the most exciting, riveting one-day cricket matches that I have seen in my life. It has been an absolutely brilliant cricket match. 91 for 7, Australia chasing 292, and then Glenn Maxwell plays that iconic knock, that blistering innings, breathtaking knock, and then getting cramped after reaching the 100, and then winning with cramp, winning the match with one leg almost, scoring a double 100 and taking Australia home. That was a brilliant innings, one of the great innings across eras in World Cups, which took Australia to that famous win against Afghanistan from absolutely no hope position. And then there was that Pakistan-South Africa match, which South Africa won by 1 wicket, chasing down modest score. And then there was that Australia versus New Zealand match, which New Zealand lost by 5 runs in the last over, chasing 388 of Australia. So overall, exciting World Cup. So let's see how the semi-final goes. Bye for now.